Hello everyone. So I'm back again. I didn't expect it to be so soon, but yeah, what about expectations? So I decided to show you two more works. These are two self-portraits I will show you. I don't think I will ever make self-portraits again. I don't know. No expectations. No thoughts, that's maybe better. But that time I wanted to paint this because I was going through so much transformation that I was kind of I was just like interested in who I was and who I truly was, and I wanted to discover that. And as a painter, it's maybe something very obvious to paint yourself, because when you paint, you're kind of investigating something, and like looking at things from a different perspective than we are used. And yeah, with this was the same, because also this is kind of a computer edited version of myself, so it's made at the same time that I was making the paintings about the pixels. I also made this just before I went to Nepal, and I finished it after I came back from Nepal. My mother always tells me that she was very grateful that this painting was here, because when I was away she was missing me. We kind of have a very close bond, and she tells me that that painting helped her through that period that I was away from home. So I'm actually also grateful that I did it. So you can see the clouds, you can see a rainbow, you can see red, gold, and then the self-portrait, the moon, the sun. There is an Om, like an Indian Om from the mantra Om. And there's a Tibetan Om. Back then, before I went to Nepal, I just started to learn yoga, but Tibetan yoga, but also just I was also inspired by India or Om and all this kind of new spirituality things. But in Nepal, I kind of went more into Tibetan Buddhism, and so I chose to paint the Indian Om and the Tibetan Om because I felt like somewhere in between. Also, Nepal is a country where you have all these religions together, and Hinduism and Buddhism, and I kind of felt like a Nepali woman, I think. And on a journey finding herself and discovering things that were still hidden, and I'm very grateful for that journey. Then there's also the sun and the moon, because that is also like a very famous imagery in the spiritual world, like the union of the sun of the moon, the union of the masculine and the feminine. And I was inspired by that. Like, it's so beautiful when you see the moon and the sky together in the sky. It's like perfect balance. When you're in the middle of that, the feeling is just wow. And also like to experience union, a balanced union with a counterpart, or have a union, a perfect balance of the masculine and the feminine aspects in yourself. Like in yoga, they also speak about the left part and the right part of the body, and like opening both parts and working with both parts of your body. And I was learning about all these things. So it's really like an expression of what I went through in that period, like what I have been going through on a more spiritual level. That was from 2015 till 2018 again. So, and my painting, it takes time for my paintings to finish. Like, some paintings need several years to be able to finish, and I'm actually happy with that, because they are really just transforming particles, and the progress is so inspiring in itself. And yeah, I think the rest I will leave up to you. Thank you very much for being here again.